You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more. Don't be afraid of the bounce when you.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Penix to the air right away. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. You look at this Buffalo defense, they're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
Penix working out of the gun here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
Operating from the gun, Penix. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed that went right into the game plan. Attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last two games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, you get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now the try here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Lawrence will throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. T. Higgins is the intended target, but it's going to be second down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number one in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
From the gun on third down, Lawrence. And he is caught. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. They'll run with a rookie drafted in the third round. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. On play action, Lawrence. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now a handoff up the middle. Lynn, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now Lawrence to throw. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's third and a yard. Here's Lawrence. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness, trying to go for it there on fourth down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on fourth down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Penix. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 44-yard line, here's second down and a yard. Now Penix. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Vikings. yards. And the Vikings are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground. Shields. Now he's free at the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 27-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they say. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll try the left side. Lynn. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
On 3rd down, Shields. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bills are back within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. And they'll send the tight end in motion. To the air, Penix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll throw with Penix. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Here's Penix. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. B.J. Hill able to record his 5th sack of the season. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they will move up by 10 now. 17-7. So that one on target. And it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
They'll keep it on the ground. Shields. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. They go play action now. Lawrence working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They go play action with Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nahshon Wright. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. From the shotgun, it's Penix. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. And looking to throw, Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. A try here for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
First carry here for Kene Nwangwu. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Second and 5. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. After right down the middle. And it's on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At their own 22-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Well, indeed, try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw here. Drops this off with Nwangu. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Operating from the gun, Penix. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to win.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. B.J. Hill picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
On the bootleg, it's Penix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw again. And he rifles one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. A play fake. Now Penix. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bills are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. This taken in by Kincaid. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Lawrence will throw. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball down.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Lawrence over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. We have played 3 quarters. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll try the left side. Shields. The 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a give, right side. Lim, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Lim, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Lawrence. That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Bills go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. They'll try to run with Swift. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The Hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Looking to throw, Penix. And his throw is incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
To the air, Penix. They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They are going for it. Penix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bills are going to get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Looking to throw, Lawrence. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's Lawrence. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Up the middle they go. Lynn. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits, create some more natural running lanes, might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
Now Lawrence. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game, they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Penix. And this one complete again to Mims. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll throw with Penix. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will have a Viking first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. Penix to the air once more. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Penix. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And looking to throw, Penix. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 19 yards away. And the Vikings look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Lawrence going to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. To throw again is Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. So it's a win for the Vikings. And it was thanks in part to the play of their third-year quarterback.
Yeah, we really saw the quarterback at the top of this game, didn't we? It was a masterful performance. 5 touchdown passes. I think Chelsea's single partner. I think it could have been more.
So for Minnesota, they get a much-needed victory to get to 3-5 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the The difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11.